Today, I'm going to give you a collection of good habits that pros utilize inside of their game to make them so good at Counter-Strike 2. These are things that you can instantly start doing. It's not rocket science, but you actually have to make an effort to implement this into your gameplay. By the end of this video, you should become a better player, so hit that subscribe button and let's go ahead and hop right into it. Now, the first thing that pros are so good at doing, and it really just is very undervalued as far as like good habits goes, is you will never catch them off because they're always ready for when people are reaggressing, when people are going to be, coming back at them, doing all this stuff. They never get caught off guard. Why? Because when they're leaving banana, for example, they don't just knife out and walk away like this. No, guys, they know that even if it's unlikely, they need to be ready for somebody to swing them, do the stuff, so they're going to walk backwards and look at that angle. I notice this a lot, right? Say our teammates are going up arch side here, it can be really tempting to just be like, oh yeah, let's go up arch side with them and keep trading and doing all this stuff. But guys, if they're up here in front of you and they don't directly need you to be trading off of them, the best thing you can do is just fill that empty space and look behind you. Very undervalued, very underrated, but it ultimately is going to help you out so much. Now, another thing that pros are so good at is understanding that somebody needs to play anti-flash. If you guys have like 3 guys chilling top car here, you have to make sure that somebody is in a position where they are not going to get blinded. So sometimes you'll see a pro literally just putting themselves up on this half wall here. And the reason being is because they understand that if the CT's flash peek in, it's the freest kill of their life. It's the difference between you getting tripled up, all 3 of you dying, and somebody actually just punishing them right off the bat. So right away, those are 2 things that pros do really well. It's really simple stuff, but genuinely in pugs, people are just never ready for this, especially the flash peeking one. It's really easy just multi-frag in pugs because nobody's ever ready for that. Now, what you can do is get yourself some better looking CS2 skins. So I have a message from the sponsor of today's video.
Thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Skins Monkey. They are one of the greatest and easiest to use CS2 trading sites out there. You can swap out the skins you do not like for brand new ones that are so much more fresh. Even skins that are trade locked can be secured by adding them to your backpack. The greatest thing about the site is that you can buy skins for so much cheaper with a 35% deposit bonus when you use my code, CoJo. Make sure to check out the freebie section where you can get a free skin just by completing tasks. On top of the bonuses, you also get a $5 bonus when clicking the link in the description.
All right, guys, another thing that pros are just so good at doing is they understand how to drop utility down. So, say you're in a 1v2 clutch or something, right? They might be planting the bomb, boom, they go ahead and get the bomb down. Sometimes they're just going to drop a smoke either moto here, drop a smoke on site. It doesn't matter what they're doing. If they have that smoke, they are going to drop it in order to play around it, right? So they could do even something crazy like get on top of the smoke here, kill guy lane, and then fall back around and, kill the other guy running through. If they have a smoke, they're going to drop it because it makes your life harder. It makes it a lot more unclear as to where we are going. One of the easiest examples of this is when we're planning on B here. Well, if we're in a 1v2 clutch and the 2 guys are grouping up CT after we plant the bomb, if we smoke it, now it goes from them knowing, right? Like if there's no smoke here, they know we're stuck on the right side, to when the smoke's up, they're like, oh dude, like, he could be going banana now, he could be going backhaul, he could be going all over the place now. So it really helps you actually make it really uneasy for your opponents and make it so that they have no idea where you're going. It's genuinely something I see lower elo players not doing enough and not utilizing enough. Now, another thing that pros are really good at doing is doubling up. Say you are in the 2v1, right? Like you're 2 guys retaking. Pros are really good at understanding how to play these advantages, and you're rarely going to see them get caught out, right? So you're not going to see them really peek here and then die, and then their teammate come lane and then die after. Pros are really good at reading the body language of their teammates, and if they see that guy going somewhere, they're just going to group with him. Maybe your teammates lost B site and you're the A players here. Well, it doesn't really do too much good for us if one A player just runs down mid and then the other A guy just runs through CT here. Well, yes, I understand that if you get the frag, if you get the kill, you look like a genius because boom, you kill this guy and then your teammate kills him banana. But generally, when we're doing this, we are just allowing the enemy team to have the advantage on us. So yes, it can work out, but generally you're always going to be better off doubling up and grouping together. So another thing that pros are so solid at doing is, guys, they do not fold under pressure. I'll use a really easy example of this. Say, they know the last guy is chilling in dark here, right? Maybe our teammates are going on to B site and we know this guy's dark. they don't stress themselves out, because I'm sure a lot of you have been there where like we know somebody's in this position, but then a doubt starts to creep in our head when they're not peeking, and we're like, oh, is he actually there? Did he get out or something? And then you start like walking around or something, he peeks and you die. Pros are really good at understanding, I have this guy trapped, he's pinned there, I'm not budging until he dies. You know, a good example of this is like when we're holding A site here. You know, I might be thinking to myself, dude, they're running up lane, but then I hear an arch flash as well. Pros don't freak out, and they're like, I know they're running up lane, I gotta trust myself. They don't sit here and then try to peek this real quick. No, they understand, I'm gonna get this kill. This is what I'm committed to. Don't get caught in between two different things. Because I see a lot of the time we get caught between so many different ideas, and it ends up making us look like an absolute fool. You know, going back to us clutching, we might be in a clutch and we don't know where the enemies are. They're taking their time, they're making it really hard for us, and then so we're like kind of sitting back through here, moving our crosshair all around. That's how you know you've already lost. If you're sitting there having to do 360s and move your crosshair around, you're absolutely trolling yourself, and you're making it really difficult for you. And sorry guys, I'm really sick right now, so if you see me hesitating to talk or something, it's because I'm really under the weather right now, but I wanted to get this content out for you. But generally, yeah, pros just really good at understanding. Don't panic, don't freak out, just understand I have this guy trapped, because a lot of times they'll peek into you anyways, right? Like say this guy's under lane, he kills my teammate, right? Boom, he kills my teammate Boiler. I could just swing into him like a maniac, but if I've already missed the timing, one thing I could just do is just post on his exit, right? Literally just post here and force him to peek into me, or you could post on this angle, because I promise you that eventually he will get a little antsy and want to move out of here. So don't make your life harder than it needs to be. You don't need that kill instantly. You can take it a little bit to relax and reset. Another thing that pros are unbelievable at doing is they are always looking for a way to flash for their teammates. I use this example quite a bit because it's really good. Say I'm an opper and I'm starting arch side, right? Boom, I get this kill, they smoke me off arch, I'm rotating back around. You'd be like, hey, yo, I'm gonna flash you into halls, right? I'm flashing into halls, boom. And yeah, that's good. We flash into halls, yeah, that would've been sick. And then this guy comes in here and swings and gets a free kill. Well, if we can just look at every map and every situation like this, your flashbangs become a lot more valuable, because you're actually thinking about ways to use them for your teammates. So many people just, man, they don't do this properly, and it's really frustrating to see all this empty util just go to waste, right? All this util that they just never use. If you're ever watching my stream on twitch.tv/CoJoMoCS or here on YouTube, you should notice me doing this a lot. And you know, when I'm really vibing and flowing, it's beautiful, right? You get that kill, you float around and you're like, hey man, I'll flash for you in this way, or hey bro, I'm flashing behind you. So they are always looking for ways to flash and, you know, just take advantage of the bad team play from the enemies in pugs, because in pugs the team play is really bad. The last thing I want to talk about is just crazy off angles. Pros are so good at just catching you with your pants down, because you don't know where they're gonna play. You know, arch side, they might play here. If they think you're not flashing, they're gonna sit here and farm you when you're peeking, because you're like, oh yeah, clear this, and then you're like, what the heck? Same thing up here. Pros will play on this angle. As far as oppers go, same thing. They're gonna make your life hard. Oppers are really good at this, where I'm posting on this angle, and yes, I have an op, you're probably dead anyways, but even if I don't kill you, that's such a hard headshot. On top of that, I think most of your head's actually covered as well, so it's really sick. You know, the hall / pit player a lot of times will play this off angle here, where he just gets free kills. Or on pistol round, you know, players will play in this position, or you've seen this position before, catching lane guy off. There's so many examples of this that just ultimately make the kills easier for the pros. This angle for when people are retaking and stuff, really sick. So try it out and, you know, start implementing off angles into your gameplay a little bit more. Hopefully you guys learned something from this video. I'd appreciate if you go ahead and join my Face It Club, join the Discord down below. The hype and support's been amazing recently, guys. And also shout out to every single one of my members. If you guys want to support the channel, that's an easy way to do it. You'll get your own custom badge and a Discord role. So I thank you to every single person that's been a member for my channel. I'll shout you guys out in the description down below. So thank you so much. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out. Peace out.